Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome you to my premiere of my new YouTube channel, The Life and Times of Crazy Patrick. I'm Crazy Patrick, and the reason I'm called Crazy Patrick is my wife. I'm 66 years old. I believe in, right now, every day counts. If there's anything I wanted to do, I need to do it now. So I come up with all these ideas of what I'm going to do, and she tells me I'm crazy, so it kind of stuck, okay? So I've never done anything like this before. I've never had a YouTube channel. I've subscribed to many channels. G-Bears, Off-Grid Ways, Homestead in the Desert, is one of my favorites. If you haven't checked out his channel, please do. That guy knows everything about everything. So anyway, this is my premiere. I'm trying to get this together. I'm trying to learn how to talk on here. Hopefully y'all be able to understand what I'm saying. I kind of dribble around a lot, I say a lot, but I'm not supposed to do. So I'm going to try not to do that. Like I said, I'm 66 years old. I kind of believe right now in my life, you never know if you're going to wake up tomorrow. So if there's anything I want to do, I need to do it now. I would rather die with a bunch of good memories than lay there on my deathbed going, I wished I would have done this, or I wished I would have done that. That's not a way to go. You need to live your dream. My wife kind of understands that. Unfortunately, I can't be a nomad like the rest of y'all, a lot of y'all. But we live in a sticks and bricks in New Mexico. It's a house my wife was born and raised in. She's not giving it up for no amount of money. She wouldn't leave for anything. It's her house. There's a lot of memories in it for her. I understand that. But I was a truck driver for 20 years. I drove semis over the road. I've been in every state in the United States except Hawaii and Alaska. If they would have built that bridge to Hawaii, I probably would have been there too. Didn't happen. 20 years in a truck, living in a truck by yourself is kind of a different experience. I really enjoy my alone time. Don't get me wrong, I love people. I love to talk to people. I love to tell stories to people. I love to hear their stories. But on my own terms. I like my alone time. So last summer, I had an opportunity to buy a 1993 Jayco 27-foot Class C RV. It was in really, really, really good shape. Only had 34,000 miles on the engine. Has a generator with 131 hours on it when I bought it. Couldn't find anything wrong with it. So I was able to buy it for $9,200. I thought it was a great deal. So since last year, we only got to use it one weekend and kind of try it out, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it, and so I decided, well, I had a 2012 Dodge Ram 4-wheel drive, 4x4, and so I decided I wanted a tow vehicle to tow behind my RV. I have state parks very close to my house, within an hour. I have one that's 25 minutes from my house. My wife understands I like my alone time, and I like to go fishing in the river. So I still have to work. Unfortunately, I didn't plan for retirement. I thought everything would just work out and it'd be okay. You know, it worked out that way for my dad. He didn't worry about it. When he turned 65, he didn't have to work anymore. But unfortunately, it's not the way it is these days. I draw my Social Security and I still have to work full time. I'm an armed security guard. Uh, I protect the lives of other people. And it's a good job for a retired guy. I don't have to work real hard. I only work about maybe 36 hours a week. But with that and my Social Security, I get along good. My wife works, but she understands that I like my alone time. So I decided I wanted to get this tow vehicle so I could tow it behind me, and I can go up to this local state park, and with my senior discount, my senior park pass, it's only $100 a year for the senior park pass. I can go up to this local state park and hook up to water and electric, and they have a dump station right there. It only costs me $4 a night, so I can go up there, tow my car up there. I can park my RV there. I can stay 14 nights if I decide to, and I can drive back and forth to work. What a great deal is that? I can get up in the morning, go to work, be back home by 5 o'clock, be fishing by 5:30. And so I think it's going to work out really well. So I started looking for a tow vehicle, and I tried to find a 2021 Chevy Spark. They weigh less than 3,000 pounds, but I couldn't find a Chevy Spark with a manual transmission in less than 500 miles. So I thought, well, I'm going to have to give that up. But when I first retired, I used to be in the sales business before I started driving semis. So I sold cars for a while. So I called one of my friends at a Ford dealer here in New Mexico. I don't want to give away my home address, okay? I got hold of a friend of mine at one of the Ford dealers, and they had somebody that had just traded in a 2020 Chevy Spark manual transmission. So I told him, hang on to it, don't let it go nowhere. I went down there straight after work, and I looked at it, and it already had the base plate. It was a Roadmaster base plate already installed on it for the tow bar. Now that's about a, I don't know, $500 deal plus labor for just for the base plate. So because my truck was worth so much more than the car, I got the car plus money back. You don't do that very often. So I was happy with that deal. I just received my tow bar from E-Trailer, and I'd like to give a shout out to E-Trailer. They're the best people I ever worked with. I didn't know at first what kind of base plate was on there. I thought it was a Blue Ox, and so I ordered removable arms for the Blue Ox base plate, and they didn't fit. So I was able to send them back, wasn't a problem, and I figured out it was a Roadmaster. I ordered the arms, removable arms for that you hook your tow bar to, and they fit perfectly, so I knew it was a Roadmaster. So I ordered the Roadmaster Nighthawk tow bar. It's the best, top of the line, just came out tow bar. It wasn't cheap, $1,200, but it's going to tow my car down the road. I don't have to worry about it. It's overrated for my car. And so I'm really happy with that. I haven't even opened the box yet. I just got that yesterday, and I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna get everything. Tomorrow my project is getting this rig on the outside washed, and it needs a bath really bad. So I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. And then Sunday, I'm going to be hooking up the tow bar, making sure the lights on the vehicle work all right with the electrical cord, and so I'll be ready to go. I have reservations at this state park in over Memorial Day weekend, so I'm looking forward to that just for a little test run. My wife's going to go with me. She likes to go, once in a while for a weekend, but she's a homebody, and like I say, I like my alone time. Uh, I like being out fishing. I like doing things like that. So she understands, and she lets me do my thing because she understands that I lived in a truck for 20 years by myself. I had less space, way less space than this RV has. The front end, probably from the driver's compartment back to the back of the dining area is probably bigger than I had in a semi for 20 years. And when I first started driving, they were really bad. You just had a little sit-in sleeper. You had no room at all. Then they got really nice with the condos that you could just stand up, walk around in. You had your bed back there. You had room for your microwave or refrigerator. You had inverter, so you could run all that stuff. They call them an APU on the side, a little portable. It was like a side diesel engine that supplied all your heating and cooling, so you wasn't running your main engine for that. So they got really nice there towards the end, but I didn't have any room at all in there, and I lived in it for 20 years and loved it. So I'm going to be doing some different things on my channel. I love to cook, so when I'm at home, my RV has become my man cave. I come out, hang out in here. I have my TV. I have everything I need out here. I'll be giving you a little walk around here in a minute. Show you what we have in the RV. But it has a microwave. It has a refrigerator, freezer. It has a stove with an oven. So it has everything I need to take care of my cooking needs, and I love to cook. I started cooking when I was like 7 years old. My mom started teaching me to bake and cook, so I really love to cook, and I like having my own kitchen. The only problem I have with this RV is it doesn't have enough counter space. I wish it had a little more counter space, but I make do with what I have. So I'm going to be doing some cooking videos. I'm going to be sharing some Mexican food recipes that I have that are really good, other recipes that I make that are really good. And while I'm doing my cooking videos, I'm going to be telling some stories, old family stories. Some of them are funny, some of them are crack you up, and some of them are not so funny, some of them are kind of sad. But I'm going to be telling some stories during my cooking videos, and I hope you enjoy all my stories. Kind of like old Stone Wilson, if you remember him, that had the Louisiana cooking show. He always told some great stories. I don't know if you remember him, but he was great. And I'm going to set up a way on my channel so that you can send me your old family stories, so they don't get forgotten. They get passed on. Because like my family stories, when I'm gone, they're going to be gone forever. And these family stories date back to, my great uncles and my great grandparents and grandparents, my father, and I'm sure you have many stories like that are going to just go away when you're gone. And people need to hear these stories. They need to be passed down. Something that you should be proud of. So I'm going to set up a way that you can send me your stories. I'll be able to tell your stories while I'm doing my cooking shows. I had a few little problems with the RV. The only major problem I had was it was a low pressure power steering line I had to get repaired, and it cost me $100. And the generator needed a tune-up, so I did that. I replaced a fuel pump and fuel filter, and changed the oil, new oil filter, new air cleaner, So I'm going to go and walk you through some things on that, because I didn't have a clue what I'm doing. I'm not a mechanic, never been a mechanic, never claimed to be a mechanic. But I found out that if you purchase an older RV like this, this thing's over 20 years old, you're bound to have a few problems, but you can do them yourself. You don't have to run it to an RV dealer that's going to rip you off and charge you a fortune for things that you can do for yourself for 50 bucks. So I'm going to walk you through some things like that. The refrigerator wasn't working on electric. It worked on propane fine, but the electric wasn't working. Found out it was a 5-amp glass fuse. $2 fuse. My refrigerator works great. But I troubleshot it. I did it all myself. I didn't know what I was doing. But thank God for YouTube. You can find out about anything that you need to do. And if you're somewhat handy and have a few tools, and just basic tools, you can do a lot of this stuff yourself. So I'm going to walk you through some things that I've done like that, and hopefully help you folks out that are the nomad type and have purchased an older vehicle and might need some help and some encouragement. So we're going to be doing things like that. I have several state parks within an hour of my house. I'm going to take you on some trips to the local state parks. I'm going to show you what they're all about and how great they are. I'm planning on going to Quartzsite, Arizona next winter for at least a couple weeks. So I'm going to take you on some trips, and you can ride along with me, and hopefully we'll get to know each other and be good friends. And I'm really hoping you'll like my channel, hit that like button and hit it hard, and subscribe to my channel, and we'll have some good times, get to know each other. And right now it's beer 30, and I'm out in my man cave, my Class C RV 27-foot Jayco. And I think right now what we're going to do, before I end this video and my premiere, I'm going to take you on a little tour of my my Class C. And you're going to be amazed for an over 20-year-old vehicle how it looks. So, okay folks, it's nighttime here, and we're inside. I hope you can see everything okay. Up here in the front, there's an upper bunk. I wouldn't want to sleep up there. It's good for a couple kids, if you had kids. But I hang some blankets down there to keep the heat from the front of the RV and the cold in the winter from getting back to the back. It really helps on the heating and cooling. I have all this great cabinetry in here. This thing was built by the Amish. To replace this RV from Jayco right now, probably looking at about $140,000. They're all oak front cabinets. Mennonites put the cabinets together. They're just great with wood, even the laminated wood looks better than the new stuff now. I have more cabinets than I have a place for hang my hats. There's more cabinets on this side. Got my American flags up there. Glad to be a patriot. I'm an old Marine, so I did my time there for the country. I wanted a little soft light in here because I don't like the RV lights. So you'll see my Christmas lights. Cheap Christmas lights. I hope it doesn't look too ghetto for you, but I put those in. There's a magazine rack over there. I have my couple chairs here to sit in. They're real comfortable when you first walk in the RV. Opposite those is my dining area. I got me a fan there, so it's blowing some air from an open window. Keeps it nice and cool in here, so I don't have to run the AC all the time. AC runs great. So, and I have some cushions there I just had laying around for my old fifth wheel. So I put them in there because I like sitting in my chair and putting my feet up like a recliner, and it's real comfortable. Front door. Over here is a control for the generator. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I'm going to try to get it in there. Since I've done that tune-up, I have it up to 170 hours. There's your furnace control. Furnace lights by itself. Works fantastic. See if I can get this refrigerator in here for you. That's the front of the refrigerator there. That's the freezer. Refrigerator. Furnace is down here in the bottom. Refrigerator runs fantastic. Has plenty of room. Has an ice maker if I want to hook it up. It's not hooked up right now, but it does have an ice maker. The refrigerator is plenty big. Has plenty of room for anything that I'd ever need to store. This RV has more storage than you could ever imagine. There's a spice rack, towel rack. Here's my stove. Didn't look like it had ever been used, ever. The oven, I'm using it right now. I have something in the oven. I'm sorry you can't see in there very good, but it's brand new. Looked like brand new. Didn't need to clean it at all. It was like spotless. Here's my microwave. Inside of the microwave, never cleaned it. Looked like it had never been used. This is, you know, I just kind of wiped it down, but it's never been used. Looks like it's never been used. Now here's my counter space. I don't have a lot of counter space. I do have some covers that go over my double sink there, so it gives me a little more. Then I have a shelf here that I can lift out and it locks in place. So it gives me a little extra shelf space. Here's my drawer, silverware, all my stuff. Placed down there for all my pots and pans, and under the oven. There's another storage area where I can store some kitchenware. So I have plenty of storage that way. In here, I'm going to have to turn on a light back here, I believe. So I'll turn one on here. Right here beside the refrigerator, I have some things I can pull across and separate everything off, so you have some privacy. And I have a shower here, full stand-up shower. You're going to see some tools in here because I've been doing some work in here. I need to regrout this. Regrout the shower around the bottom, so I'm going to be doing that this weekend. In the bedroom, I have more storage than you could ever imagine. Here's a big hanging closet just as you come in the bedroom. I have some things stored in there that's going away this weekend too. Big counter space back here. Electrical hookups, everything. More cabinets around here than you could ever. There's no way I could fill these cabinets up. I have more cabinets than I could ever handle. I've got another hanging closet here. Got me a blanket stored in there for extra blanket. Has a queen size bed. All the room you need. Really nice queen size bed. I put a 3-inch memory foam on top of the mattress, and man, that thing works wonders. Let me get a light on in here. Here's a bathroom. Has some storage up there. Of course, you got your toilet down here. Plenty of room. Has a mirror over here. So I guess you can see me in there now, right? No, there I am. Has a sink, you know, everything's fine. Towel rack. I'm going to go ahead and shut that light off here. Don't need that burning. going to be doing some editing on here, so I hope everything works out. So anyway, that's pretty much my RV on the inside. So has plenty of windows, plenty of blinds. What I really like is that table right there between the two chairs. That thing actually folds up and goes down when you're driving, so it gets out of the way and it doesn't go anywhere. And then you pull it up and you know, I sit there and eat. I do everything right there. And of course, I'm going to go ahead and end the tour right now, and I'll be right back in a minute. So folks, there's a tour of the inside of my RV. I hope you're impressed with that. For over 20 years old, I was impressed. That's why there was people from California wanting to get it. There was people from Arizona on their way to get it. And I ran to the bank, got the money, and ran up there as fast as I could and got it before it could get away. And I'm glad I did. I'm really glad I got it. So I hope you're going to enjoy my channel. I hope we're going to get to be good friends. I'm going to try to do something every day. It may take me a little while, you know, to get the hang of editing and some things like that. But I think we'll have some fun. I have a new camera on the way right now. I'm doing a video on my new 5G phone, but I don't know how that's going to be, how that's going to work out. I'm hoping the camera will do a little better, but I hope you will enjoy my videos. I hope you subscribe my videos. And so that's going to be it for tonight. I'm going to say good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite, and I'll catch you on the flip-flop. You have a great evening, y'all.